A lot of the apps that we use on smartphones are designed to be addictive. And there are actually people out there putting news in our news feeds that are actually designed to upset us.
We see rates of depression and anxiety and suicide and loneliness going up among young people.
We want to know, how should we navigate a future in which social media is becoming even more integrated into our lives?
I get one look from you, my chest goes boom, 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 boom.
Hello, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be covering some topics on social comparison, social isolation, mental health, and social media. It's been a long time we did a chit chat, so I just thought this topic would be like the perfect topic to kick off with. Anyways, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I talk about mental health and our overall well-being, and I'll be doing more of this in the future, so please stick around by subscribing. Social media can be a fun distraction and at the same time be detrimental to our mental health. Yesterday I was having a conversation with a friend, which actually prompted me to make this video. On our conversation, we talked about the effectiveness of social media on small businesses, how people can now promote their products and also connect with their customers. Also, I know of someone who actually met her husband on Instagram. So we can say that social media is actually a great platform when it comes to networking. There are so many positive sides to social media, but in as much as there are positive sides, in our conversation, we actually found that there are more negative sides. I think social media has become a very huge part of our life now, and we can't imagine a life without it, which is kind of annoying. Honestly, when I was younger, I didn't think that social media was this much of a big deal compared to now. We absolutely didn't have much pressure put on us when we were younger compared to the Gen Z world we live in today, which was absolutely nice because I can remember what life was like back then. When I say this, sometimes it makes me sound like I'm old or something. Guys, I'm not old. Not like I'm still very young, but not like Gen Z young. Even if I still see myself like a Gen Z, I feel like there's a huge difference when it comes to kids back then compared to kids nowadays who grew up around social media. So my main message for this video today is everything you see online are more like the addicted version of people. No one will come online to show you their imperfections or their low moods or their bad days. And that's why these days I love and appreciate people on here who keep it real, because it's not easy to keep it real with everything going on around. I mean, only the real ones keep it real. I'm not gonna come on here and tell you guys that, oh my gosh, my life is perfect, because it's not, and that's the truth. We are all humans, and it's okay to have a good day and a bad day. On this video today, I'm not trying to tell you to stay away from social media, obviously not. Like I said at the beginning of this video, social media can be a fun distraction and at the same time be detrimental to our mental health. If you ever thought about decreasing your social media time, you're on the right track. I mean, sometimes I think about it too. I want to stay off social media, or I want to decrease the time I spend on social media. Because if you look at it, we spend so much time on social media. Have you ever checked your screen time? This is how you can actually check your screen time. Just slide right over to the end of your phone. Then towards the ending, you will see your screen time, how much time you spend on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, whatever app you like opening. Now, if you're an Android user, just go over to your settings and search for screen time. Then you can know how much time you spend on your phone and what app takes the most of your time. I hope that was helpful. Here are 5 ways social media can affect your life and your mental health. Number 1 is FOMO, fear of missing out. Let's imagine you're scrolling on your feed and you come across your friend or your family doing something without you, or having a good time without you. I mean, it's going to be so easy for you to feel left out, and this can generate feelings that aren't supposed to be there. For example, you can start feeling lonely, sad, or depressed. Seeing all the great things other people have in their lives can also give you a great, powerful sense of inadequacy. You're not just missing out on parties or events, you may also feel like you're missing out on a better life. Number 2, you spend too much time comparing yourself to others. Comparison with others can be positive and motivating, but it can at the same time be bad for your mental health. Honestly, I do compare myself with people. It could be girls with great fashion taste. It could be women who are so powerful and well respected. It could be people we even call our mentors. I mean, it could be anyone. But I want you to keep in mind that people often only post the good things in their lives. They only give us the highlights, which paints a false picture of perfect. That friend or celebrity who you're so envious and jealous of only because you think that they have the perfect life and the perfect career that you've never achieved, isn't showing you all the downsides. I say this often. Most times, social media can change or shift the way we see things. It gives us the crook view of beauty and appearance. Influencers often have like pro photographers and makeup artists, great lighting and nice poses to get a really great shot. They also use filters to remove imperfection. Just like this video I'm shooting right now, before you get to see it, I'm going to do some stuffs to it, make it more spicy and consumable for you. Even if you know that this is the case, after seeing so many pictures of perfection, you might start feeling like you might have low self-esteem. Number 3, it's isolating you. The name social media indicates the coming together of friends, family and acquaintances. I'm sure that's the reason why the platform was created in the first place. Too often it leaves people more isolated than they would be. I call this social isolation. Multiple studies have proven that those who limit their use of social media, they have lesser chance of depression. They experience depression less often. For me, I feel like the time we are supposed to use in building and cultivating real relationships with real people is being replaced by online connection. Number 4, it's making you more depressed and anxious. So most times if you isolate yourself too often, you might start feeling lonely. All this comparison, isolation and envy can lead you to ruminate on what you're missing out and what could be a better life. One time I was scrolling through my Instagram and I was seeing a lot of congratulations. This one bought a car, this one bought a house, someone bought a private jet, and I'm like, God, why? Am I not your child? Am I not someone that you love? Am I a pillow? God, what have I done wrong? Don't you love me enough? The more time we spend on social media, the more likely it is for us to have depression symptoms. Another reason social media use in triggering anxiety and depression is the isolation factor. We humans are social animals. And if social media replaces a lot of our face-to-face interaction, it can be very detrimental to our mental health. Number 5, social media makes you vulnerable to bullying. Anyone who uses social media can fall a victim to bullying, trolls, haters. People will literally come to your comment section to say things that they would never say to your face. I mean, there are some people who derive so much joy in making other people's life miserable. For example, name calling, fake rumors, and explicit images, both received and shared without consent. These days, it's so hard to scroll through your feed without seeing someone naked. I mean, naked. Literally. And that is why it is not like good to allow kids to be online without proper supervision. There are many things that social media exposes us to, including stalking. Let's take for instance Christina Grimmie, a famous YouTuber who was shot and killed by an obsessed fan. Her story literally makes me sad whenever I remember it. Social media exposes us to a whole lot of things, consciously and subconsciously. And at the same time, social media isn't bad for you, but it only becomes bad when you have no limit, because this can be so addictive. The visuals, the sounds, the like, the thumbs up, the sound when you make a post, or the ding of a notification. For example, just listen to this notification pop up on your phone. You'll be so eager to check what's up with that. What is this saying to me? You're going to be so eager. Even if you're driving or you're doing something, you will really want to know what message is that? What was that? Sometimes I catch myself on TikTok and I'm like, I'm just going to post something and leave. And before you know it, I'm scrolling and scrolling and scrolling for like an hour, doing nothing. You know, those sounds and haptics, they trigger a part of our brain. They trigger something in our brain that is associated with pleasure and reward. Oh, the pleasure we get when someone likes or comments, it triggers the dopamine release in our brain. By the way, if you want to see my dopamine release right now, like, comment and subscribe, please. Anywho, babes, social media isn't bad at all. It can also be used as an excuse for all mental health illness. When used the right way, it can also be beneficial. For instance, if you have a friend or family who lives very far away, you can easily get through with them. I mean, people travel to far locations, far other countries that are not nearby, and they still feel so connected with their loved ones. Social media has also helped us to like stay up to date when it comes to what news and stuffs like that. You could be in Nigeria, but you know what's happening in Russia. You could be in anywhere and you know what's happening in other countries. And social media is also a good place to make a good living. Alright, with all that being said, I really hope you find value in this video. Now you can save and rewatch this video as many times as you want. You can also share to your friend or your family, whoever you think needs to hear this. Thank you so much for sticking around. My name is Cynthia Patrick. I'll see you on my next video.